Guys, I've told you in the past, I spent 8 years as a reporter, and I'll tell you what, you meet all kinds of characters. I mean, you have to kiss a lot of ass because without access to players, without access to coaches, without access to general managers, well, it's very hard to write a story. So a lot of times you just got to bite your tongue and go, okay, I'm going to deal with the prima donna today. But without a doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts, the two biggest prima donnas I ever came into contact with, Buddy Ryan, former Philadelphia Eagles coach, and Bobby Knight, and you know who he is, right? Cantankerous. Well, geez, can I say assholes? Yes, I think I can because it's my video report and I'm general manager of the site, so I can say assholes, okay? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if there's children watching. I should have warned you like in old school when Vince Vaughn says earmuffs, earmuffs. You know the scene I'm talking about. But I thought about Buddy Ryan last night, a guy who, you know, he earned his bones with the Chicago Bears, with the 46 defense, blah, blah, blah. He came in, took over Philadelphia, had the intimidating defense there. Gee, was it intimidating because you had Reggie White and Jerome Brown, or the fact that you were such a great coach? But as he proved, with failures each single year in the postseason, the guy couldn't get a job done when it mattered, but he was cantankerous. And I thought about his two sons last night, both on display in Monday Night Football. You had Rex Ryan, who's basically a dead man walking with the Jets. I mean, you get hammered by the Buffalo Bills twice. You get hammered by a Buffalo Bills team that last night had to go to Detroit to play a neutral site game because they couldn't host it at home because of that devastating snowstorm. And you get hammered by the Bills again? What a horrible team. The only reason Rex Ryan hasn't been fired probably yet is because the general manager might be on the way out his door too. So who do you want hiring your next coach? The guy who may be soon walking the unemployment line with Rex? Listen, Rex certainly has a future. He was a much better defensive coordinator than he ever has been as a head coach. But then, of course, you look at his brother Rob Ryan, who, other than the fact that he looks like he's wearing a shock wig, and I mean, seriously, are you still 19 going to Led Zeppelin concerts? I mean, what do you look like this for? Go to the barber, get a razor, do something. You look like a fool. You're an old man. Don't try acting and looking like you're some 17-year-old punk. Anyway, I look at Rob Ryan and I'm thinking to myself, where did this guy earn his bones as a defensive coordinator, other than the family lineage? I mean, he flopped in Dallas. He's flopped in New Orleans. I mean, what? Rob Ryan? Oh, hey, Rob Ryan, defensive coordinator. He rushes everybody. He puts great pressure on the quarterbacks. Really? It isn't quite working out too well in New Orleans, is it? I got to think that he's going to be joining his brother Rex on the unemployment line. Maybe he can catch secondary someplace in his next job. Okay, now that I picked on the Ryans today, I guess we'll turn to the important, pertinent stuff. Listen, yesterday, unfortunately, Shawn Michaels, who was coming off that $100 teaser winner with Denver and Green Bay on Monday, failed with his $100 play that you got at a discounted price last night on the New Orleans Saints. But not too many other folks lost last night, I'll tell you that. Trace Adams cashed in with a nice total winner. So did Scott Delaney. And a matter of fact, Scott Delaney, let's talk about him. Today, he's going for his fourth major wager winner in 4 days. And you're going to get it at a huge discount. As one and only $100 Mac Line Mistake Lock of the Year, the Ohio-Miami of Ohio game at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You save $77, which means you get it for $22, just like you got Saturday's $100 winner on Texas Tech on the road, closing out Iowa State. Just like last night's $100 winner with the Bills and Jets under, which you got for $14. Well, today you get it for $22 using coupon code SCOTT, his first name. Keep in mind, in between those $100 winners on Texas Tech on Saturday and last night with the Bills and the Jets under, you got his third ever $200 NFL release with the Colts and Jacksonville Sunday at a discounted price, over half prices off as well. And with $50 plays or higher, Scott has made $10 bettors over $43,000 over the past 3 years in all sports. So what that really means, other than the fact, listen, I understand a lot of you go, $43,000, oh my God, that's an overwhelming number. How fast can I talk? But what it really means is that with the percentage of his highest rated plays, he keeps cashing and he keeps winning. And like I've always said, the way you take little bankrolls and make them big bankrolls and make them grow up and go to college someday is that you've got to be able to cash in with those big plays at a high percentage, and that's what he's done. And that's why those $50 plays or higher for $10 bettors have made $43,000. $5 play of the day, Jeff Benton going for $50 winner number 31 of 51 and winning day number 23 out of 34. It's his MAC total of the year on that same play. Jeff 5 is that coupon code. Listen, charity play of the week. Brad Wilson. Remember last Tuesday? You got his biggest play of the NBA season, a 75-dime release as he improved to 2-0 with those plays as he cashed in with the Lakers and the Hawks going over. And remember on the opening night of the season, he cashed in with a 75-dime play, which you got for $5. Well, today, for the second straight Tuesday, you get his biggest NBA play of the season, 75-dime winner number 3 in a row. The Kings and the Pelicans over-under for free. And you know the deal, guys. If it wins, and tomorrow I ask you to make a donation to a family, an individual in a time of financial crisis, in a time of need. And if it loses, well, this is guaranteed. This is gambling, and there are no guarantees. I wish there were guarantees in gambling, other than you sometimes win and you sometimes lose. You get it, that $99 pick for free by using coupon code. Let's come up with something original. How about the word free? F-R-E-E. As for me, yesterday, I cashed in with that 15-dime opening college tip-off game of the year play with Arizona getting the job done against Missouri in the Maui Invitational. Tonight, another 15-dime play, just as strong as Arizona, just as strong as the Eagles on Sunday. And it's on your game between Villanova and Michigan. It's a late-night play. Goes at 10 o'clock Eastern Time at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Yesterday, you got the winner for $19, saving $80. Same thing today. The coupon code is AL19, AL19, and that'll do it for you. You'll have to excuse bad lighting today. Different place today. Bad lighting. That's why I've got that. Believe me, this is not like suntan. This is not my natural glow coming through. This is called really lousy lights, and I've got to get some supplemental lighting here in order to make myself look white again instead of pink. Let's talk about college basketball. Listen, guys. First game I want to talk about is going to be in the Maui Invitational, where you got San Diego State as a 4.5-point favorite over Pittsburgh. Now, last night, San Diego State improved to 4-0 on the season with a thriller, a 92-87 double overtime win against BYU. Cougars were 3-0 coming into that game. They had scored 95, 91, and 101 points in their first 3 games. They only scored 87 in double overtime, losing to San Diego State. The Aztecs 4-0. Listen, Steve Fisher, one of the best coaches in college basketball, no ifs, ands, or buts. And he gets it done perennially without having top-notch talent. Because it's not like all these McDonald All-Americans that could go to Duke or Kansas or North Carolina are suddenly sitting there and going, gee, I think I want to go play for San Diego State. I mean, great place to visit, beautiful town, nice beaches, great climate. Powerhouse? No. But this is a damn good program, and Steve Fisher has definitely got another good team here. A team that's still learning to find itself, but listen, a 4-0 start is a 4-0 start. They've already beaten BYU and Utah as well. Tonight they take on a Pittsburgh team that last night beat Chaminade 81-68. Now, you know Chaminade is the host team. This is not the Chaminade that upset Ralph Sampson and the Virginia Cavaliers. What was it, back in 1981? No, this is a Division II team that was out-rebounded last night 51-17 by the Panthers. And yet Pittsburgh only won the game by 13 points. Isn't that a little strange to you? Well, it is to me. Now, a lot of people will look at this game and they'll say, oh my goodness, San Diego State, they had 4 guys play over 37 minutes last night. They're playing less than 20 hours or hitting the floor after being extended to double overtime last night. And I think the odds makers have set this game up as a trap, trying to lure you into taking Pittsburgh. But why are you not getting more points with Pittsburgh? Because the trap is to take the Panthers. I think you lay the points with the Aztecs. Keep this in mind, guys. Pittsburgh decided to go out to Hawaii early to prep for this tournament. Also, give your kids a break. I often call this at the end of the football season the beaches, blondes, and bikinis game. When you take a college football team at the end of the year and they're not going anywhere, but they finish up their season in Hawaii and they're coming from a cold weather region. And I always ask rhetorically, are they concentrating on football or beaches, blondes, and bikinis? Remember when you were 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22? What would your answer be? So anyway, the Pitt Panthers escape the frigid temperatures of Pittsburgh. They fly out to Hawaii. They take on Hawaii last Friday night as a prep game prior to this tournament. And they lose the game 74-70. They allow Hawaii to shoot over 53% for the game. Hell, Hawaii, their 2-point field goals, they hit at a 65% clip. It was like Pittsburgh couldn't stop anybody from going to the rim. So why not take San Diego State tonight? Because for Pittsburgh, they're equally as tired. This is their 3rd game in 4 days, and they're the team that flew from Western Pennsylvania to Hawaii as opposed to San Diego State, which was a hop, skip, and a jump on a 5-hour charter. So, again, I like San Diego State in this contest. Another play, I'm going to go with Toledo, minus 10 points at home against Detroit Mercy. I used Toledo as a free pick about a week and a half ago when they were catching 11.5 at VCU and only lost that game by 9. They subsequently lost their next game to Oregon out in Eugene by 10, but then they came back last night and they took care of business against Bucknell. Totally focused, jumped out to a 31-8 lead, rolled in that game 92-65. Now they're taking on the Detroit Mercy team that beat Maryland Eastern Shore last night, 69-55. You only beat Maryland Eastern Shore by 14 points? Seriously? Maryland Eastern Shore. I think their nickname is Eagles, but in case you're on Jeopardy, you're on your own on that one, guys. This is the same team that lost by 40 points to Virginia Commonwealth, 37 points to Villanova, 25 points to Virginia Commonwealth, and you only beat them by 14 points on a neutral court last night. Third game in 4 days for Detroit Mercy. Fourth game in 6 days, in fact. I'm going to go with Toledo and lay the points. Yesterday, I gave you a free selection on Villanova against Virginia Commonwealth. You know, that game, beginning of the second half, Villanova actually trailed 36-32. Then Nova went on a 16-0 run, and that was all she wrote for VCU. It was a hiccup game for the Rams. They couldn't hit the broadside of the barn, 2 for 17 from three-point land, and for a team that hits or launches 45% of its shots from beyond the arc, that's devastating news. But the reason I like VCU to come back here tonight, laying the 5 points against Oregon, is for the simple reason that the one consistent thing about VCU is that they may not be hitting their shots, but you know they are going to give end-to-end effort 100% defensively. You know they're going to trap. You know they're going to go full court pressure. You know they're going to create the turnovers. And I'm telling you, Oregon does not have the good backcourt and ball handlers that Villanova had last night, and that was VCU's problem. This Oregon team came off a 70-63 win against Michigan last night. Lost to Michigan last night. Again, Michigan. They started 3-0 this season, beating Coppin State, Detroit, and Toledo. Oh, geez, that's the holy trinity for you right there, huh, at home. And Eugene, I think Virginia Commonwealth is to play here to bounce back. So Virginia Commonwealth is one free selection. Toledo is another. My favorite of the 3 free picks, however, is going to be San Diego State. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.